Hello everyone, it's Sarah Joanne and it's Monday the 4th of February and I'm live here to give you weekly card guidance. I do this reading every Monday for free for everyone who watches, and it's for a guidance reading for the week ahead. And I'm going to be connecting with the fairies today, but I'm just going to share this in one of my groups and then I will get started. So just bear with me one moment while people join. If you join me live, please say hello. If you like what I'm doing, please share. And I'm quite excited today. I've been in Glastonbury this weekend, and I'm there for a year-long commitment course, and so I'm away in Glastonbury quite a lot this year. And I've really been connecting with the fairies a lot this weekend, so I'm feeling full of fairy energy. It's just lovely. So I'll just share this now and then we'll get to it. Hello Inga, hello Joan, nice to see you. Hello Irene, hello lovely Irene, I hope you moved okay. So I'm going to connect with the fairies, and I just want to welcome Imbolc, you know, the old traditional festival, and I want to welcome the sun because the days are now getting lighter. Imbolc is about the darker days are leaving us and the sun's coming in more, and it's St Bridget's Day in Ireland, and it just celebrates the sun more and the turn of the season. So if you're noticing that the sun's been out today, it's been lovely over here. Yeah, we will be getting sunnier days from here on in. It's a great time to plant seeds of intention. To plant seeds ahead for the year, you know, and physically planting seeds, planting some plants in your garden is also a great idea, and put those intentions with it as well. So let me just say a few hellos. I can see more people have joined me. Hello Helena, nice to see you if you just joined me. Hello Christine, hello Angela. Oh, healing to you Angela, bless you. Didn't realise you weren't so well. Right, so I'm going to pick a card for Monday to Tuesday. Let's see what comes up. I've actually caught fairy lights on camera this weekend, and I've seen so many fairies, it's just been untrue. So I'm feeling really, really fairy connected at the moment. I've had fairy overload in Glastonbury. It's been amazing. So I just need a card. Right, I've got one. So that's Monday to Tuesday, and then let's pick one for Wednesday to Friday. Sorry it's taking such a long time, but the right ones have got to come out, and there's 78 cards in this deck, so the right one has to come out to reach the most people. I always set the intention that I can give the best reading to reach the most people, that will speak to most people. So there we go. Oh, we'll take that one as well. Right, okay. So today is the 7th of summer, and this is also for tomorrow. And summer is about matters of the heart, it's about love, it's about things we love. And the meaning of this card is, the answer is within your heart. So if there's a decision you've got to make at the moment, something that you're maybe procrastinating on, or you're not really sure whether you should be doing it, or you may be holding yourself back. This card is often about procrastinating and holding yourself back. But I also want to question you and say, within this, are you holding yourself back because you don't want to do it and you're just a bit fearful, but really your heart's telling you it's the right thing to do? And the message is in your heart, I feel very much so. So what are you holding yourself back from because of fear? So if you're at work, you may not be putting yourself forward for that promotion because you're thinking, you know, I don't know if I'm good enough, I don't know if I can really do this. With regard to home life, I feel like you're not really saying what you need to be saying, and you're holding yourself back, and you're not really voicing what you feel and what you need. And this is so important for our souls to be happy and for our souls to feel joy. It's important we express ourselves in a true manner. And for some of us as well, I feel like we've got too many decisions to make. We've got too many balls that we're juggling here as well. So I want to say, just focus on 3 things maximum. Don't focus on any more. I get up every day and I have 3 things that I focus on every day. And I do those 3 things. If I get to the list of the bigger list, you know, and I get to 4 and 5, then I do. But I literally do focus on 3 things a day. Because otherwise it's just too noisy. There's too much noise going on, too much juggling, too many other things. So how many balls are you juggling? Do you need to simplify things? Do you need to make things a bit simpler? You know, so that's really what that is saying. But I feel a lot of it is about connecting with our hearts and stop holding ourselves back, you know, from fear, and to step forward into that fear. So that thing that you've been putting off and really, really wanting to do, it's really saying it's time to do it. It's time to make the decision to do it and just put yourself out there and go ahead and do it. And you'll find much power in that. You'll feel relief when you start to do it. You'll realise it's not so bad. But at the moment, you're just holding yourself back, and then it's causing you confusion, and actually you're losing your power with that. So, you know, don't overanalyze. Stick to some simple things. You know, make a decision that you're going to go ahead and push your fear and feel past your fear. And if you do that, I'm just drawn to this rainbow. And this wonderful rainbow of light from the fairies. And, you know, it's almost like a rainbow of abundance that I feel. So good things will come your way from doing this. Or you can choose to keep doing as you're doing. You can choose to hold yourself back. Not push past that fear. Because you can do this. You can. And this card is showing you that you can. But be aware of doing too much. Juggling too many things. So for some of us, it's juggling too many things, having too much to do. We need to simplify it. And for some of us, it's about expressing ourselves and making a decision to put ourselves forward for that one thing we've been holding back, the one thing we've been procrastinating on. So no more procrastinating. Put yourself forward. Get this done. It's been in your heart. You've been wanting to do it. Get yourself out there. Go for that promotion. You know, make that commitment that you're going to get your bathroom done this year or whatever it is in the house. You know, say what you've been meaning to say to that loved one or that partner, but in a nice and supportive way. You know, and if it's your own business, there's some simplifying that needs to be done, I feel, as well. So that's the 7 of summer. And that's for today and tomorrow. And then hello Sinead, I can see you've joined me. Hello Bernie, I can see you've joined me, thank you. So Wednesday to Friday. Oh, Wednesday to Friday, we're in a little place of worry here. We've got the 9 of Winter. And if you look, there's a little fairy and she's looking up at the moon in the night. And she's just not really sleeping and going over things in her mind. So for some of you, for Wednesday to Friday, you're letting worry and things that you probably don't have control of overtake you. And that are going to cause you a little bit of a stress or a little bit of worry. And this is really saying, you know, your fears are unfounded. So, you know, we all have worry, I do. Everybody worries. And, you know, it can be about your children, it can be about work and how it's going to be when you go into that meeting. It can be about whether whether there's enough money coming in, and various things that I feel that it's affecting you all in different ways. But it's really saying, the worry is a waste of energy. It's a pointless thing to do, and we all do it, but once you get in that space, what tends to happen? And what tends to happen is we do more of it, don't we? You know, we tend to worry even more, and then we think about something else, and what if this is going to happen? And we just get in a big place of worry. And actually, we need to believe that the universe has our back, and the angels have our back, the fairies have our back. And ultimately, you know, everything is happening as it's meant to. And you might sit there and think, well, that's really easy for you to say because you're here reading cards and, you know, you don't experience worry like I do. But I have had extreme places of worry in my life. One, having a baby very, very early and not knowing whether he's going to survive. And I could either get myself sick with worry, or I could just pray and trust that it would be okay. Now, I know that's an extreme situation, But I've learnt in extreme places to let go of my worry because I've had to, because I wouldn't have been able to produce milk, or I wouldn't have been able to sleep at all and then be a functioning mother because I wouldn't be sleeping at all, worrying about him. So I've learned in an extreme case to actually hand my worry over to the angels. And I tell this, a lot of people who come to me for readings, I do a lot one-to-one readings. I do them over Messenger and Skype, and people all over the place, different countries, different places everywhere. And people come to me and I say, you know, I can see you worrying. And I say, try this and do this simple thing. And we all have our own guardian angel. So just quickly, I'm going to tell you this. If you call in your own guardian angel at night, and if you see them in your mind's eye, and whatever first impression you get, whether they're female or male, it'll be right. And you can be doing this now and tuning in with this now, because we are all intuitive. We just don't believe we are. We don't trust ourselves. And then you can sense whether they're male or female. Ask them to draw close to you now, and you may feel it. You may feel it on your right side. It may feel a bit tingly. You might not feel anything, but trust they are there. We all have a guardian angel from birth. And if you see them, come with a bucket and put all your worries in that bucket. So you literally name every worry. So my worry would, let Joshua survive the night. Let Joshua survive. You know, bring me enough milk in my body to feed him, because obviously my body didn't have any milk in to feed him because it was so early, because he was born so early. You know, let the scan be okay. Whatever it was that I was going through, I would put it all in the bucket. And then I would trust the angel to take it away and solve it overnight. And I'd just release it. And by physically mentioning each thing, you know, in your mind's, in your own thoughts, or whether you physically say it. If you physically say it, it's even more powerful, to be honest. And then just trust the angel to go away with your worries, and then just trust yourself to just go to sleep and, you know, rest and let the angels deal with it. And the angels will always sort things for our highest good. Sometimes that's not always how we expect them to be, but trust me, you know, they always sort things for our highest good. So that's a simple thing that you can do. And even now, I still do that if I find myself in a place of worry. But because I've had so many times where I've done that, I actually just trust now. And I've got myself into a place of trust, even when times are really, really difficult. And I've had, you know, many times. That's just one instance of an extreme time of worry for me. So, but when we worry, we waste our energy, we're using energy up, and actually we can't fix it, we can't, you know, solve it, we can't do anything about it, and we just have to trust. So what a good thing to do is also see what you want the situation to be. So whatever worries come in on Wednesday to Friday, one might be about money, about where money's coming in and where money's coming from. See money coming to you. Imagine money coming to you. See your balance in your bank account, what you want it to be. Now, don't be unrealistic, you know. Don't see £1 million in there, because that's very unlikely. But if you need 100 quid in there to pay your bills, see 100 quid in there, you know. And then take some steps and action to make that money. It may be that you see a competition. It may be, you know, that you chase up that invoice. It may be that you sell something on eBay. You know, things don't just land in our lap. Often, particularly when we're spiritual, we expect the universe to just bring stuff with us, but we have to take action. We have to take steps forward to do things as well. So this is really saying, you know, look out for those signs of what you're needing, and then take the steps to do it, and just release the worry. But see the situation for what you want it to be. So, for example, Helen, I can see you about job and money worries. See the job that you want it to be. Many years ago, I had my own business way before this of a shop. I had a shop and I sold fair trade goods. And I had to go back for work for a while because that shop didn't go so well and things didn't work out. And I used to drive around going, I have a wonderful job with wonderful people, wonderful money, with a great salary, and it fits around my family and life. And I did. I got 2 jobs offered to me. And one was a part-time job, 3 days a week, which was less money and a bit more travel. And one was a 5-day-a-week job, but it was a bit more flexible. I had flexi time and it was better money. And I had 2 jobs that were great, and they were great people, suited my experience. And one of them came to me via an agency, and one of them I saw And it just all happened, and I just literally went round saying that all the time and just believing it, seeing the people I was working with, seeing, you know, asking the universe to bring me the right job that I was going to enjoy. So try it. You've nothing to lose. You might really listen to me and think, oh no, she's talking tosh. But trust me, I've done it myself. So try it. Just ask the universe. Tell the universe what you want. Don't focus on what you don't want. Tell the universe what you do want. And then look for signs. You may tell your friends you're looking for a job. Put your CV out on a job site. You know, speak to some agencies. You've got to take some action steps too. But try it, Helena. Yeah, honestly, and see the money coming in that you want to have coming in as well. Okay, lovely. I hope that helps. So Wednesday to Friday, let go of any worry. But there is worry, and you know, life would be boring if we didn't have ups and downs, did we? So today and tomorrow is quite a bit more positive, and Wednesday to Friday is feeling a little bit more. There's some of you in a place of worry, and it's saying, you know, trust the angels, trust the fairies to just take that away and sort it while you sleep. And then the weekends, we've got two opposite cards. So there's two messages I'm going to give for the weekend. You need to take for you what relates to you, or you may not know and just take both the messages and then see just what comes to be. So for the weekend, I've got the Awakening card, and this is the Hanged Man card. And this is the card of wanting change, wanting things to change in our life. We're wanting things to get better. We may be seeing things around ourselves and thinking, oh, I wish I had that, or I wish I had this, or I really want that. But I just want to ask you, are you really doing any steps towards that? Are you taking any steps towards doing that? You know, often we want to make changes and we want things to change for us, but are we really taking steps towards it? And that's the message of this card. So the Hanged Man is hanging. He's got the world beneath him, beneath his hands, but he's not really reaching out to change anything. He's just hanging and letting the world flow. He's in balance, and he's not really bothered. He's just flowing. And it's saying this weekend you may be feeling a bit frustrated, you may be feeling a little bit, oh, I want to make some change, I want to do some things differently. You know, maybe you want a new house, maybe you want a different job, maybe you want something different about your life, maybe you want to set up that business. But what steps are you taking towards it? Are you just hoping that somebody will come rescue you and do it? Or are you taking some steps towards it? So change the way you're looking at things at the weekend. Often we can feel a bit of a victim sometimes and think that life is happening to us, but it isn't. It's happening for us, and it's up to us to reach out and make it clear what we really want and take some action towards it. People say to me sometimes, oh, you know, you're lucky, you got a nice house, and you know, it's not a massive house I've got, it's a 4-bed house. But I've worked really hard to get my house. You know, I've worked really hard to get a mortgage for it. I've worked really hard to get in the place I am, and my partner has, my husband. And you know, we've both decided that that's what we want, and we've gone for it and made it happen. You know, you can sit and wish you want a different house, but if you're not going to do anything to make it happen or start saving and, you know, making some changes towards it, then nothing's going to change. So at the weekend, you're wanting change, you're feeling a bit frustrated, you're wanting things to be different. But the question from the fairies is, you know, what are you doing to what are you doing to make that change? So will you just tell me if I'm still live? Because I've just had something come up which is making me think I'm not. So as long as you can still hear me, will you just let me know, please? And Lisa, I can see your question about the angels, so I'll answer that in a minute. I'll just finish the cards and then I'll answer that for everybody. But just let me know you can still see me live. Because I've just had something come up about my Android app and it's making me think, oh God, thanks Sinead, that's brilliant, thank you. So for the weekend as well, we've got the 2 of summer. Thank you everyone, I can see them all coming through now. Look at this man and look how he gazes at this fairy woman. And look at her, you know, look how in love they are. Look how much in partnership they are. This is about love. And we all love a bit of love, don't we? We all want love in our life. We all want to feel love, we all want to feel appreciated. So there's 2 questions for this, or 2 responses for this for the weekend as well. Is some of you maybe meeting a new partner or deciding that you're ready for a new love and really going to decide that you want to go out there and make an effort towards finding a new love. For some of you, it may mean meeting a new love. And then for those of you that have got partners, this is about seeing your partner in the eyes of what you originally saw them. So that, you know, and I'll just use the female because I'm a female and use it in the same context as me. But if you're a man watching, just flip it in reverse. It's exactly the same. You know, me and my husband have been together 14 years. And he likes trucks and war, and I like fairies and angels. We're totally opposite. I like cheesy rock. He likes indie music. We are very opposite, but we have a lot in common. We love walking. We love getting out in nature. And often, when you've been together a long time, you can take each other for granted. You can notice, for me, the fact that he leaves his shoes outside the garage door, so I trip over them. Or he takes his contact lenses out and leaves them on the edge of the bathroom. And if people are watching me, this will know me. They'll be flickering themselves laughing. But he does leave his contact lenses out all the side. But I'm sure I do his head in. You know, I don't always shut the bathroom door. You know, I can be scruffy and untidy sometimes. And when we've been together a long time, that's often what we see. And we end up building resentment for each other. And this card is really saying, see your partner for why you fell in love with them. So for those of you that have already got partners, look at that man and look at why you fell in love with him. What was it that made you fall in love with him? What was it that you saw in him? What was attracted about him? And still see that person. Forget about the contact lenses on the side of the bathroom shelf. Forget about the shoes in the doorway that you trip over. You know, think about the fact, for me, it makes me a cup of tea most mornings, that he's always ever there in support. He's very loving, he's a brilliant father, and all those things that I love about him. You know, so think about those things. It's saying, really, don't give up on the ones you love, and look at ways you can heal for this. And for some of us, in the opposite of that, though, it is saying it is time to call it a day. So this is a very mixed message, I feel. So for those of you that you've got a relationship and it's worth fighting for, and go for it, and see your partner in the eyes of love. But for some of you, you're actually calling a line under it and saying, you know what, I need to call it a day. And actually, I'm deciding that this is time for me to open myself to other things in my life, open myself to, you know, a different kind of love, because this kind of love is not for me. So I feel a very conflicting message on that, because it's conflicting not for you, but it's conflicting because it's relating to different people that you know, that are watching this. So one, if you're single, you like to meet a love, or you're deciding that you want to put yourself out there, and for those of you that fits in, write a list of all the qualities you want in your man or in the woman that you want to meet, and write it down. For others, it's to see the you've got a partner now, to see them in the eyes of love and remember why you fell in love with them in the first place, and to see that, don't see the resentments and the things that are annoying you about them. And lastly, for some of you, you're calling it a day on your relationship. And you know, that may be scary, it may be whatever, but you're actually feeling, no, do you know what, this is not the type of love or type of relationship I want anymore. And you'll actually feel quite freeing with it as well, I feel. So quite a mixed week this week, and a strong weekend, because, you know, this card is a very strong message about wanting change but not really wanting to put yourself out there and do it. So see how the week goes. I'd love to hear what resonates for this as well. I'm just going to answer Lisa's question, because Lisa has asked me what can angels look like? So angels, the way I see them, or the way I see my guardian angel, she's got blonde hair, and she's very beautiful and very shimmery, and her hair's like really shimmery and golden. And a whole, what she wears is often very cream and golden and very royalty-like. But some people, you know, you can see angels just as typically as me or you. And I do believe I've met people who are real life angels. You can get angels in human form. And often our angels' names are really quite simple. So you can get an angel's name like John or Bill, or, you know, there's thousands and thousands of angels. There's archangels, which are like the hands of God and help God. And they're like for serious stuff, like Archangel Michael's for clearing. But your own guardian angel can just look like a normal person. You can see them like a normal person. For me, she's just very beautiful and very loving and soft. You know it's your angel because they're always supportive. So sometimes we think it's our own voice, but it's not our own voice. And my own voice would say, Sarah, don't be so stupid. You know, what are you doing that for? Or, you know, it'd berate me or say something negative. And most of us have that little voice in our head that's like that. The angels' voices are not like that. They may appear like our thoughts, but they're very supportive. So if I, in a morning, connect with my angel and ask what I need to know, often it will be a word like peace. You know, I need to know peace today, or love. It'll be very simple messages often for me, and very always supportive, always loving. Sometimes strong, as in, you know, are you sure you want to do that? Or, you know, that sort of thing. But it's never nasty, it's never negative, and it's never putting you down. It's always loving and supportive. But yeah, they can look like we traditionally see angels. And to be honest, angels often appear to us how we expect to see them. But they can look as normal as people, everyday people, and be dressed in all sorts of colours, all sorts of things. So how you see them is right for you. You know, there is no right or wrong way, but what you see is definitely right for you. So, right, so I've answered that for you. I hope that makes sense. Just to let you know, I do one-to-one readings. I had an amazing offer for January, that's now done. But I am going to put a slightly reduced offer on, which will be £45. So if anybody wants a one-to-one reading, get an hour's reading with me for £45. I also have a membership program called Everything Elemental, which connects us with the fairies and the unicorns and the dragons and what else? The mermaids. We're going to be connecting with the mermaid energy this month, and the element is water. We're connecting very strongly with that. So if that interests you, just let me know. We're just going into a new element this month of water. And I also have courses to teach you how to read cards, just like this, but the angel pack. So if you're interested in any of those, do let me know. I do this reading every Monday for free for the week ahead. So if you like it, like my page, please tell people about it as well. Because I don't tend to do Facebook ads. For the odd thing I might do, but typically it's through recommendation or people sharing about it. So I rely on your shares. So if you like what I do, please share and please tell people about me. Okay, so thank you very much. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And if you're watching the replay, please say hello, and I'll make sure I say hello back to you too. Thank you. Love and fairy blessings to you all. Bye.